Yes, good morning, students. So, today we are going to go for the new unit that is a very important chapter, that is joint probability distribution. So, I think you're familiar with the probability distribution. If not, please go to the last lecture. Videos are already uploaded. Please, you can go through those. And now we'll see how joint probability, its formula, and how what are the uses of joint probability, and we'll study today, that is properties of joint probability and probability mass function, friends. Okay, so just we'll see joint probability distribution. We come across very important. There are two random variables in probability distribution. We have come with one random variable and we have calculated mean. Yes, variance. Also, we have calculated the distribution. Same way, here in the joint probability distribution, there are two random variables. We have two. We are going to calculate probability mass function for two random variables. Simultaneously, we are going to take this both the random variable. Let us see. So, in general, suppose if you take the probability distribution in general, what we are going to get here, student? Yes, you can see here. In general, if x and y are two random variables, then the probability distribution defines their simultaneous behavior. That if x is there, we have y. If y is there, we have x. Both together simultaneous, we can see their behavior. Then we say both together, whatever the variables we get, we take it as the joint probability distribution, friends. Okay, very important. Please remember this. Then we see discrete case, that is definitely joint probability distribution is a discrete probability distribution, means that we get here probability mass function, that is PMF, that is probability mass function. Please remember this, and this is between 0 and 1. Very important. You can see here this probability is between 0 and 1. Please remember this, and we denote this as P of xi and yi. If you take the function of this, some of the in some of the books they take this as f of xi yi. In our study, we take here p of xi yi. We can also take f of xi yi. They are the functions. Now you can see total probability, you have to remember, it is always 1, means sum of all the probabilities, it is always equal to 1. Please remember this property. Then we come across the independence. So as we have got, as we have seen in the probability distribution, if there are two events, friends, A and B, suppose A and B are the two events and they are independent, means when they are independent, if and only if, remember this, P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. Please remember this property. Next, we see in the same case, if we take the two random variables x and y, they are independent if and only if f of xy is equal to f of x into f of y. So please remember this, one of the important property. Same way we are going to take this for our joint probability distribution. At this probability, if you take two discrete random variables x and y, because in joint probability distribution we come across discrete random variable, very important. So if these two random variables x and y are independent, if p of xi into p of yi is equal to p of xi into p of j. So we have taken here I and j, where I and j are nothing but they are the values. It will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, j will go 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Next, very important, we come across covariance. Yes, variance, variations, variables you have come across. Now here, when there are two variables, we don't take it as two random variables. Now we say it as covariance, means two random variables, we are going to calculate the values. Whatever the values or whatever the variables we get, we take this as the covariance. Please remember this. So here in this, covariance is nothing but the measures the degree of which two random variables vary together. That is what I said. If you take two random variables and they vary together, we call this, if you calculate the measures the degree of which two random variable vary together, then we say it is nothing but covariance. Please remember this. Suppose if I take one example, okay, in one class, if it is mechanical, aeronautical, CS, if any class, if you take, if you compare height and weight, we can separate this students by their height and weight. So height and weight are the two random variables and these two are related to each other. Then we say this two random variable as covariance. Please remember this. And then we come across x and y as random variables with means. Yes, we are going to calculate the mean also, that is e of x and e of y. So we get the covariance, or covariance is denoted by, it is COV x comma y, which is given by mean of x into mean of y. Please remember this. So covariance formula I can note down. Then we also come across covariance. Please remember this once again. When you take the covariance of xy, which we can also use this, which is equal to E of xy minus mu of x, mu of y. So already you have come across what is mu, it is mean. So means that mean of xy minus mu of x, mu of y. That is mean of x into mean of y. Suppose if x and y are independent, means they are not related. If they are not related, means what is the use? We cannot correlate. There is no relation between. Then we take this covariance xy as 0. Also, we come across here, student, that is the correlation. What is this correlation? It is like covariance, but removes the scale. It will, there will be no scale in this. There is no measurement in the covariance. Then we take these two random variable as correlation. So please remember this also. So you can see correlation coefficient between x and y is defined as CORXY is equal to rho. So you can just identify correlation, covariance is denoted by, this is the symbol of rho. In Greek, we take this as rho. Please remember this, or we just take this as like this. It's just a rho in Greek. Please remember this. So this rho is equal to, it is a correlation xy is equal to rho is equal to covariance xy divided by the sigma x into sigma y. I think you know the what is the meaning of sigma. Yes, it is the standard deviation. Please remember this. In the last lecture we have discussed mean and standard deviation. We have come across this. Now one extra we have going to add here, that is rho. Rho is nothing but correlation xy, which is equal to covariance xy divided by standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. So please remember. So what are the properties of correlation? So we see the first property, that is sigma is the covariance of the standardized version of x and y. Yes, definitely. So this rho, that is the correlation, is dimensionless. Yes, definitely, because it is the ratio between covariance x and y divided by the standard deviation. So this correlation is between minus to 1. Please remember. Suppose if it is 1, if and only if and only when it is if rho is equal to 1, if and only if y is equal to ax plus b, with a must be greater than 0 and rho will be greater than 0 and rho will be minus 1 if less than 0. Means we're going to get this as rho is equal to minus 1 if y is equal to ax plus b and a is less than 0. So this is the properties of correlation. Please go through it once again. It's very, very important. Next we come across this simple example shown here as a table for two discrete random variables. Two discrete random variables, you have to remember this is joint probability, this is covariance, this is correlated. So you can see with the given p of x is equal to x, y is equal to y, or we just take this as p of xi comma yi. Please remember everything is same. Now see in this table students, we can see here we have taken here x we have here the three values x1, x2 and x3. Similarly we have here y values y1, y2 and y3. So three values we have taken here students. Okay, so in this x and y's value, they are correlated. How they are correlated, you can just see here. For all the values of x, y and z, we can see y values. So they are correlated, means if x exists, definitely y must exist. If and only if y exists. Suppose if you take this as x1, y1, this is a matrix arrangement of rows and columns. It's a very simple. x1, y1 will be 0. That is correlated. Similarly, if you take x1, y2, you can see it is 1 upon 6. Similarly, this will be x1, y3, it is 1 upon 6. Then we'll continue this like x2, y1, it is nothing but 1 upon 6. x2, y2 is 0 and x2, y3 is 1 upon 6. Same as table. So x3, y1 is 1 upon 6. In the table you can see x3, y2 is 1 upon 6. Similarly, we'll go to x3, y3 is 0 as there in the table. So just please remember this. And we also remember, you have to remember here, we take this as I, j of ij. So this is a matrix of j, I comma j terms, means this is nothing but we are going to take here j 1 1 and this is going to get you j 2 1. Similarly j, so like this you are going to get the values. So these are the values we denote just by j ij. So please remember this. Similarly we'll go with next example. You can see shown here as a graphic for two continuous random variable as f of x y. So you can see there are two functions. Whenever it is a continuous random variable, you can have this one example I have just given for continuous random variable. But here remember, if x and y are discrete, this distribution can be described with a joint probability mass function. Please remember, if x and y are discrete, this distribution can be described with the joint probability mass function. So we'll just take one example. This is our CD. I think you have come across CDs. You have seen, yes, students, you have seen the CDs. So this is made up of plastic. Yes, I'm going to take this as plastic cover for CDs. Discrete probability mass function, PMF means probability mass function. Please remember how you are going to take the measurements for this series. definitely depend on the length and width. Please remember, length and width. We can take this for rectangular plastic cover for CD are rounded to the nearest means millimeter. We're going to take the nearest as millimeter. So they are discrete. If it is fixed, then only we can insert the CD. Means there are two random variables. One x, we are going to take this as length, and y we are going to take this for width. Please remember this. So two random variables. So there are six possible ways x and y. We show the probability for each pair in the following table. So they have already given here. They have mentioned here again. Once again, I will repeat. This is a matrix where the length and width of the CD they have given student, that is, so they have taken here in that is millimeter. So you can see in first case the length of this CD is 129 130 131 Similarly, what is the width? They have taken two width 15 and 16. So these are the possibilities that, so you can see sum of all the probabilities 1. Please remember, sum of all the probabilities, if you add all the probabilities, it is equal to 1. So in the combination with the highest probability is 130 and 15. So that is the highest probability. Can you see the highest probability is 0.42. So this is the description of the values here. They have given the probabilities, and highest probability is 0.42. So we can see the length is 130 and width is 15 You can see. Next combination you can see, student, it is the lowest probability. The lowest probability we can see here, it is 0.04. So whatever the values are in the matrix, we are going to take this as 0.04. And what is the length, student? It is 131. And what is the width? It is 16. So like this, we are going to distribute this. Similarly, we will see the joint probability mass function in the function f of xy, f of x comma y, which is equal to p of, that is, we are going to take the probability x is equal to xi, y is equal to yi. For example, if we take the probability mass function f of x comma y, 129 is our length and 15 is our width, then what is the probability mass function you are going to get, student? It is 0.12. So please remember this. So we'll continue this discussion. If we are given a joint probability distribution for x and y, like above table they will give, that is a distribution table, we can obtain the individual probability distribution for x or for y. Yes, definitely we can find the probability values for x as well as y. So if you calculate these values, they are nothing but these are called marginal probability distribution. So please remember, if you calculate only for the y and only for the x, so these probabilities will give you the marginal distribution, friends. So continuing this discussion, so we just continue plastic cover for CDs. Find the probability that a CD cover has a length of 129 that is x is equal to 129. So they have told you that if this is the length of x, that is CD 129 130 139, and they have given y. So how you are going to calculate only for, that is, marginal probability distribution? How you are going to calculate only for x? Only for x, you can see I'm going to take probability of x is equal to 129. That is what they have told you to calculate. That is the length. Length, we have taken the random variable x. Please remember this. So you can see for 129 there are two width, that is 15 and 16. Therefore, probability of 129 with width y is equal to 15 plus probability of x is equal to 129, that is length of the CD 129 and width 16, which is equal to, so just add this, students, add this 0.12 plus 0.08, which is equal to 0.20. That is our marginal probability distribution. Means if you sum of all for 129, we get here 0.2. Similarly, you can add this. I think you are going to get this as 0.70. Similarly, what will be this? 0.10. So these three are, yes, these three are marginal probability distribution for X. You can also do for Y also. Yes, students. Yes, you can do for Y also. I'm going to take this as sum for Y. This is for X. It was. So sum of this Y means this all the three you are going to add. Suppose they ask you width 15. So marginal probability you are going to find for Y. So means you are going to add this 0.12 plus 0.42 plus 0.06, which is equal to, now if we just calculate, this will be 0.6. If you just calculate this, you are going to get 0.6. That is our marginal probability distribution for Y. This is for Y. Similarly, next one, 0.08 plus 0.28 plus 0.04. If you add this, you're going to get this values as marginal probability distribution for Y. So please remember this. So same thing we are going to do here. So what is the probability distribution of X? If they tell you 129, 130, 131, please remember, add the columns. You are going to get this as for X, that is marginal distribution for X. That is what I have shown you already. So therefore, we take the function like this. So this, you can see, we get the marginal distribution when X, that is the length, 121, 129 mm, we are going to get the marginal distribution 0.2. For 130, it is 0.7. For 131, we are going to get 0.1. So please remember this. Similarly, we'll continue. You can do the same for Y random variables. I can say this is what I'm going to do for random variable, that is rho. Means you are going to add this total. You are going to get this. So if you add this also, the total probability will remain 1. Similarly, if you add this, you are going to get this row as, please remember, sum of all, that is the marginal distribution. You are going to get this as 0.6 and 0.4. Therefore, this is going to get you the marginal function y of y. Same way, which is for 15 and 16. Therefore, this value we are going to take this for marginal distribution for y. Please remember this, because the probability mass function for x and y appears in the margin. Therefore, the simple word margin, it appears in the margin. Please remember, because this is in margin, therefore it is known as margins of the table, or we just take it this as the marginal distribution for x and y. What is margin? Why we have taken this as marginal? Please remember the meaning itself tells you it is in the margin. So we just remember this. When there are two random variables of interest, we also use the term bivariate probability distribution or bivariate distribution to refer to the joint probability. Yes, please remember, now we call this as joint probability distribution is also same, joint distribution is also same. Similarly, bivariate probability means there are two variables, we make it as bivariate probability distribution is also same. Even bivariate distribution, the meaning itself is same. For all this, we just take two random variables are interested. So now you can see the joint probability mass functions are very simple. So of a distribution random variable x and y, denoted by f of x y already seen, so it is always greater than equal to 0. Sum of all these functions, sum of all these values will be always equal to 1. So this probability mass function is nothing but probability of x and probability of y. So simple. And marginal probability mass function is nothing but if x and y are two random variables, join them, you're going to get joint probability distribution. Therefore, we get the marginal probability mass function. Please remember this, and we take this as already f of x and f of y. Sum of all the f of x, that is the range. We are going to get the range, and sum of all y, we are going to take this as all the range of y. Please remember this. And this is conditional probability distribution. Just this is the condition they have given for the probability distribution, and condition for probability distribution, they have taken this as the function f of x y. Continuing this plastic cover, student, so this is what we get the actual example. In the exam you can see, if this is the plastic cover, that is x is equal to 129, 130, 131. Yes, if we add this term, you are going to get this values. That's below values you can see they are the marginal distribution of x, and this value, that is 0.6 and 0.4, are nothing but the marginal distribution of y. So the very simple question they may ask you, find the probability that a CD cover has a length of 130 mm given the width is 15 mm. So 130 and 15, you can see where it will come. That is, answer will be very simple. How you are going to calculate this? X is equal to 130, y is equal to 15, they have told you. So probability distribution will be like this. It is probability of x and y. So if you take x and y, where it will lie, students? It will lie here. So this is what we are going to take, x and y divided by probability of y is equal to 15. So when this will be 15, front, it will be, this is our 0.6. So means 0.42 divided by 0.6. You can see here it is equal to 0.7. This is what you are going to calculate. The probability of x is equal to 130, of y is equal to 15. That is what here we are going to take this as the condition. Please remember this. Probability of A, conditional probability distribution P of A, event A and B divides B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. So please remember this, conditional to random variables. Same formula we have taken here and we have simplified, and we have calculated this value is equal to 0.7. Similarly, we'll go for the next condition. Find the conditional distribution of x and y is equal to 15. You can see x they have not told, but you remember there are 3x, 129, 130, 131. For all the three, you are going to calculate for y is equal to 15. So that means if you take x is equal to 129, y is equal to 15. Means x is 129 and y is equal to 15. We get this as 0.12 divided by 0.6. So it is equal to 0.2. Similarly, if you take x is equal to 130, where is x is equal to 130? Yes, it is 0.42 divided by 0.6. So we get here the value 0.7. Similarly, x is equal to, if you take 131, it is 0.06. For y is equal to 15. So 0.06 divided by 0.6, we are going to get this as 0.1. Similarly, we can do for y also. If you fix y is equal to 15 mm, then similarly we can calculate the x values. So therefore, we get the conditional distribution of x, that is marginal distribution. We can see 129, 130, 131. We get this function. So please remember this. Yes, sum of all this, please remember, sum of all this probabilities is 1, and this is also known as legitimate probability distribution. Yes, please remember this once again. If you take the x divides y, It is nothing but it is clear that it is conditional distribution. So please students go through this once again. All the best for your exams, and please study. If you don't understand, type it in the comments. Yes, thank you once again students. Thank you.